So, hello, and welcome back to Nicole Myths, Astrology and Tarot. Please be aware, if you are new to the channel, I do not sugarcoat my messages and I have no filter. So, for all of you that say,
I want the truth!
Some of you absolutely can and will handle the truth here just fine. Others of you, well,
you can't handle the truth!
At least not yet, and that's okay. I trust when you're ready, you'll find yourself back here liking my videos as a subscriber in divine time. For those of you who are self-aware enough to stay and listen, drop a like and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. With that said, always take readings how they resonate with you. If you are confused about the message of a reading, I always recommend coming back in about 2 weeks' time and seeing it with different eyes. Most of the time, if you're confused about a reading, you're trying to connect it with a scenario that it's not actually pertaining to. So no matter how tempting it is to listen to this and try and connect the dots to someone else in your experience, understand they're in your experience because of something you are learning through witnessing them to begin with as a divine mirror. So no matter how tempting it is to connect it to someone else, know that I am always reading it to help you better understand yourself and your own healing. Also know, if you look at the image, it represents the 12 houses of your birth chart. Okay, so we all have all of them. If I note certain astrological signs or planets, it's either because that is what is specifically healing in your chart right now or is being recognized in the reading as the area that is healing, or it is being aspected by the different things going on in the current cosmos that's bringing it up. So just because I say a certain sign and it's not your sign does not mean it's someone else. It's most likely a certain area in your chart that's being acknowledged, or it's a certain aspect going on in the current cosmos that is reflecting on the different healings going on in your own chart. Now I'm ready if you're ready. So let's begin. Okay, so these are the full moon in Leo highest good secret code name readings. These readings are purchased by individuals through my Etsy shop and are their personal readings. However, if you are drawn to a secret code name, chances are there's a message in it for you. This is secret code name Highway. If you'd ever like your own secret code name, the link to my Etsy is in the description below. All right, secret code name Highway. I know person whose secret code name this is knows how I came about this code name, but for those of you who didn't, I literally heard Audio Slaves I Am the Highway in my head. So if that resonates with you, I'm sure that, like I said, there's a message in here for you. All right, I'm using my White Light Oracle as guidance and then have pulled the major arcana from my Patch Tarot as a further insight into that guidance, and pulled the remainder of the Patch Tarot for some insights into the energy for this full moon in Leo for you in your highest good, right? I'm going to start with the guidance card and the clarifying major arcana to help you understand what spirit is intending before you get into the rest of the cards, right? I want you to have an idea. So you've got Shaktipat of Seahorse. It says, as you embrace your inner essence, you will be at peace with who you are, including your vulnerability, and no longer see the need to conform to social ideals which have no true resonance for your heart. You are encouraged to trust your intuitive recognition of which environments and relationships harmonize well with you, supporting your spiritual growth and well-being on all levels. You have the innate capacity to manifest. When you relax, you shall attract all you need. Volatile. I will divine confirmation. Okay. Volatile or overly restless seas compromise the well-being of the seahorse. Such intensity drains their energy, forcing them to go against their naturally gentle way of being. They thrive in environments that are calm and accommodate their slow and graceful movements. Rather than aggressively hunting, seahorses patiently wait until what they need comes their way and then actively receive it. Seahorse has a relationship of commensalism with seagrass and coral. Commensalism is the medicine of connection, protection, and stabilization. In such a relationship, we receive what we need without being parasitic. We intelligently seek out sources that naturally support us rather than attempting to manipulate someone or something to be other than what it is. In the case of seahorse, as it hides from predators in the seagrass and steadies itself on coral, neither seagrass nor coral are harmed. The symbiotic relationship of seahorse and its helpful friends reflects the supportive nature of the relationship between soul and spirit. Spirit will provide whatever support the soul requires to thrive. In Greek myth, the seahorse is hippocampos, which translates as horse of the sea. Known both as the steeds of the gods and as benevolent creatures who prevented sailors from drowning or becoming lost at sea, seahorses are a symbol of protection. They are about outmaneuvering negative forces and bringing grace and peace. Seahorse is our guardian when we are going through challenging times, especially on an emotional level. Shaktipat is a transmission of grace. It is an enlightening gift of energy that enables mastery. Shaktipat of seahorse empowers us to instinctively seek environments that are conducive to our well-being rather than damaging ourselves by trying to adapt to external situations or society's values or concepts. It teaches that we are enough. We do not have to prove this, and we have the innate spiritual magnetism to attract what we need in our lives. We gravitate away from falsehood and toward authentic being. Each seahorse has a unique coronet or crown on the top of its head. It is said that, like human fingerprints, no two are completely alike. This oracle assures you that your path and what supports you will be unique. If you attempt to fit into social constructs that don't reflect your essence, you will weaken yourself and become more susceptible to the negativity. You are encouraged to consider what is natural and best for you, to be honest and authentic, even in your vulnerability with this truth. It is only from that place that you can respond to life appropriately. When you are in your authenticity, much power and grace shall rally to support you. The world can seem unfriendly or unsupportive at times, but this oracle assures you that as you honor who you are, you will naturally find and attract supportive assistance to obtain all that you need to thrive. Trust in your uniqueness, your sacred beauty, and your higher purpose, knowing that you have a perfect inner potential. Surrender into the unconditionally loving acceptance that Spirit has for you, and heed the encouragement to be your true self, that you do not need to adapt, compromise, or alter who you are to be like anybody else or to fulfill anybody else's expectations. Cast off egoic concepts and find your truth. So, whatever you feel you must do, because society deems it appropriate. Well, you're this, so you should do that. You're a terrible this if you don't do that. You're abandoning them if you choose this for yourself. You're blah, 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 blah. These confines, this reading is helping you acknowledge that these confines are actively holding you back from being authentic, because I think you're guided in a different direction. That would be completely unacceptable, and that you would probably be the talk of the town, so to speak. You would be the focus of everybody's gossip. Like, can you believe they did this? Can you believe they chose that? Can you believe they just up and did blah, blah, blah? Well, yeah, because it was authentic to you, and your path is unique. Your path is not theirs. You have a different path. You're being inspired elsewhere. You're being inspired not only to nurture with the Empress, but to be nurtured. But to be nurtured and considered and loved in the highest, right, with the Empress. You're being guided to love yourself to such a high degree that you would choose your authenticity, so that everything else in your highest good can come to pass. So that spirit can bring in the rest. You would have to choose to end your suffering, because, to be completely fair, looking at the cards, we have the 10 of Discs clarified by the 6 of Swords. The 3 of Wands clarified by the Queen of Discs. The 9 of Swords clarified by the Queen of Wands. And then the Princess of Cups clarified by the 7 of Cups. The 10 of Coins with the 6 of Swords is letting you know that you have the potential to create your dream, and that in order to receive the peace that comes along with the 6 of Swords, the calmer times, you have to be able to ascend and rise above current conditions in union with the self. You have to be able to put yourself in union and make authentic decisions. To put fear and ego and expectations or judgment off the table and simply listen to what is in your highest good for you, what you believe it is, right, intuitively. What you believe it is, knowing that spirit would protect you in a bubble of protective light as you do it, that you would not be harmed or debased or devalued or defaced truly by who matters, or in the eyes of who matters. The 3 of Wands clarified by the Queen of Discs. This is someone with some seriously, because the Queen of Discs is a pre-Empress card, right? She is the queen closest to the Empress energy. This is someone who is lighting up your mind and or self with a feeling of purpose, who is very supportive, right? Who's emotionally supportive, because the actual elements on the Queen of Discs are both earth and water. Someone with very strong water energy, someone who has ability to manifest and bring in stability, right? This is a very kind heart. She's the one that, instead of giving the man the fish, she teaches him how to fish. She's not just going to band-aid your issues. She's going to teach you how to not get wounded in the first place, right? This is someone who is tied to your purpose. You've got to believe it. You've got to believe it, because, if you look at the 3 of Wands, there is a castle there inside the center with a pathway, and it's completely wreathed in these spiritual flames, this light of 6 points. Even though it's 3 wands, there are 6 points, and it's mirroring the ascension that you're going through on the 6 of Swords. The 6 swords are coming in a point, and it looks like a 6-pointed star. It's no different with the 3 of Wands. Someone is tuning in your reality to your ascension, and you've got to be able to be more than just the highway. You're more than that. You're more than that. I think this Queen of Discs sees that and acknowledges that. Especially if they know and you are aware that you're dealing with a Queen of Wands who is fucking cruel. Who is cruel, because the 9 of Swords is cruelty and remorse, and there's this passionate and frenzied, chaotic energy tied to it. There is someone who would benefit or smile at your suffering. Okay? There's someone who would smile at your suffering, and the idea of this person and what they would do or what they would say in your absence gives you nightmares. Gives you nightmares. They are haunting. They are haunting in your mind and in your thoughts and dictating your actions with their negative, low vibrations. They're fucking cruel. The Princess of Cups, clarified by the Seven of Cups. You have multiple choices that you can make in this life, and you've got to dare to dream instead of being aloof and pretending like certain options aren't there. There's 7 cups. One's a victory. One is a victory. Truly for the soul. And we can't be confused or negate any of the possible options, the possible potentials of choosing certain things. Because when we doubt the victory, that one cup that is truly like the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups that leads to the 10 of Cups, and to be completely fair, you've got the 9 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Your happiness is on the table. Underlying energy is that you can absolutely feel fulfilled and have all of your actual wishes come true. Like, there's no detriment to you when you choose the authentic path, when you choose the cup of victory for yourself. Any fears you have, Spirit protects you from ever having to witness them, because they will not exist. When you cast your fears aside, they can't manifest. Not when you have faith and trust in your authentic path, right? Listening to the integrity of your soul and believing in what is seemingly impossible as possible, because you don't know unless you choose that cup. There is someone who completely understands and is connected to your purpose, understands the legacy that you're leaving behind for people important for you or important to you, is and would become a part of their mission. Like, you'd have a ride or die, so to speak, who is very supportive, right? Very supportive of the purpose that you feel is tied to you, and vice versa, because you're already supportive of their purpose. You know what I mean? Because of this mirror, you already have this. The issue is that you're dealing with someone who is extremely cruel, and they're racking your mind and preventing you, the fears that they instill, that whoever this toxic person is, this turbulence in the ocean type thing, right, who would disturb the environment, who would keep you from your highest good path, it has to be overridden. It has to be overridden. You gotta dare to dream. You gotta dare to dream and stop pretending like maybe that you're stuck in being aloof to all of your actual options and all of the pings that your soul is giving you. Trust one of them. Trust your soul ping. Go for it, because it might just open the door to your victory cup. So, secret code name Highway. I have faith that this message will absolutely help you in your highest good with this full moon in Leo energy. I thank you very much for being a part of this event. Know that any reviews left in my shop are greatly appreciated, especially because the shop's still relatively new. I appreciate all reviews left. My love and support are absolutely with you always. Remember to love each other, but to most importantly, love yourself. Take care.